Our severe weather alert coverage continues. Now, Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca in with us this morning, along with Pete Mangione. We will hear from both of them. We start with Pete, and already on the radar, Pete, we can see this storm just to our south.
Exactly, Brian, and that radar will continue to fill in over the next several hours. New information has come in this morning. We have slightly upped those snowfall numbers. I'll have those, or actually Tony will have those in just a few minutes. As we take a look right now, you can see on the radar there is some white showing up. However, there's a lot of dry air at the surface too, so the dry air is actually eating up a lot of this stuff. And as we go through the next several hours, that little stripe down towards westerly that will come down as snow. In fact, snow being reported already across portions of Long Island, New York City, and by late morning and lunchtime, it really does start to come down. Tony Petrarca will now break down the timing and the impact here over the next 12 to 24 hours. Tony.
That's a good point, Pete. A lot of times in winter storms, when they approach, initially, not only is the air very cold, but it's very dry. So until the humidity comes up, the radar detects snowflakes in the clouds, but as they fall out of the sky, they actually dry up. They don't hit the ground. So until the humidity goes up, we won't see the snow quite yet. But keep in mind, as Pete had mentioned, first place to see the first flakes of snow would be along the South Shore and westerly, and then gradually as the dry air erodes, moving to the Providence metro area as well. Storm intensifying rapidly. I'll show you that on the satellite photo. We're just cloudy, cold, and dry right now. In fact, if you have travel plans now, say next 2, 3, 4 hours, more than likely okay, especially away from the coastline, but it won't be long before the snow overspreads the area. Temps in the mid and upper 20s right now, certainly cold enough to support snow. Smithfield at 25. The winds, picking up a little bit, but they really become strong by late today, this evening, and tonight, and especially along the South Shore. So storm system offshore, though, getting closer with respect to New England. The dry air for now, and the most snow, as we've been saying all along, to be at the coastline, 6+ inches. That'll be coupled later on this evening and tonight with wind gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour. That produces blowing snow and reduced visibility along the coastline. So storm system is offshore by this evening and tonight, really intensifying, but bringing with it strong wind gusts, especially along the coastline, easily 40, 50 miles per hour. So here's the leading edge of the snow. The bright white represents the heavier snow, and that is probably just a couple of 100 miles off to our south and west, and that'll overspread the area later on this morning and throughout the afternoon. So there's your red L, the area of low pressure. Now, we have weather buoys kind of floating out over the ocean that take measurements, and one of them is pressure. And we're seeing the barometric pressure falling rapidly, and that's a tip-off that this storm is intensifying rapidly as it will track east and northeast, south of New England, but again, close enough so that the northern fringe impacts our area. That's been really the tough part of the forecast all week as to where the northern fringe sets up. That's why really essentially north of the Mass Pike, there's really not much in the way of snow, and ski country missing out on this. So Futurecast this morning shows the shield of snow working in. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Steadiest along the coastline. The darker blue indicates where the heavier snow is located. 6 o'clock in the evening, coming down at a pretty good clip. Again, the blue is snow, the green is rain offshore. Midnight still snowing fairly hard, and then watch how it pulls away. So by 8 o'clock Sunday morning, whole system is gone. We are back to sunshine, a better day, good day to celebrate, or a good evening to celebrate a Patriots victory. So Sunday's a better day. As Pete had mentioned, we've upped the snowfall totals a little bit, not much, an extra inch or two. And all along we've been saying how the higher totals would be along the immediate South Shore, from the Cape, New Bedford, Newport, westerly, and along coastal Connecticut, anywhere from 8 to 10. To the north of that, 5 to 8. So what this means is really, it's essentially 4 possibilities. It's either 5, 6, 7, or 8. So somewhere in that range is what this blue section will get, and then to the north of that, as little as 3 to as much as 5 inches of snow north and west of the city. They're leaning more towards the lower end as you get further and further to the north. 7-day Futurecast shows your steady snow working in. Again, the heaviest this afternoon and towards the evening hours, and tonight back to decent weather on Sunday with a temperature at 35, and then actually milder weather for next week, maybe dealing with scattered rain and snow showers by Tuesday, and a temperature in